Leya, the otter who stole my heart. Every morning when I paddle out on my kayak, I know there's an otter named Leya waiting for me out there somewhere. I don't know how, but somehow she always seems to know I'm coming. First, I'll see this tiny little nose pop out of the water, and before long, Leya swims up alongside me and hops right into the kayak like it's her usual spot. She wriggles into my jacket, plays with my hands, nudges her head against my sleeve. She's everywhere, and every time, I just laugh. The very first time she let me pet her, I remember thinking, this can't be real. It felt like a dream. This wild, free otter choosing to trust me. I never imagined I'd experience anything like that in my life. But the story didn't start out there on the lake. It started one quiet afternoon in the woods. That day, while walking through the forest, we heard a soft sound coming from the tall grass. We followed it, and there she was, a tiny baby otter, curled up all alone, barely moving. We kept our distance, hoping her mother would return, but no one came. And something in my gut told me if we didn't help, she wouldn't make it. I had never raised an otter before. To be honest, I was scared. I didn't know what to do, but deep down I knew I couldn't walk away. Those first days were tough. Leya needed round-the-clock care. She cried when I left the room. She'd crawl into my lap, curl up against me, just to feel safe. I remember sitting with her late at night, listening to her soft breathing, wondering to myself, am I doing the right thing? But I also knew she couldn't stay indoors forever. Otters are wild by nature. So, little by little, I helped her reconnect with the outside world. We started with a little plastic kiddie pool in the yard. That first splash, awkward, clumsy, but full of joy, made me smile. Day by day, she grew stronger, more confident. Once she was comfortable in the water, I took her down to the lake. Each time we went, she'd look up at me as if to say, "What now?" I'd nod and she'd dive right in. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't just a guy who rescued her. I had become her father, in a way. Leya followed me everywhere. If I was out shoveling snow, she'd hop into the shovel and ride along. If I was working in the garden, she'd be right there helping by getting into everything. But how could I be mad? That mischievous little face could melt away any frustration. Over time, she became part of our little animal family. I had two other rescues, Tiger and Juan, and before long, the three of them became the best of friends. I'd watch them play hide and seek in the yard, chasing each other around the bushes. It was like something out of a children's storybook. But as Leia got older, her wild instincts grew stronger. She started to wander farther, she'd stay out longer, and I knew sooner or later I'd have to let her go. Letting her go was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. You raise them, protect them, and then one day you have to let them live the life they were meant to live. It's a strange kind of love, part pride, part heartbreak. And she did leave. The lake got quiet. My kayak felt emptier. But then one morning, I saw that little nose again. She came back. Every time Leya returns, it surprises me. And every time, my heart feels full. She doesn't have to come back, but she chooses to. And that's the most magical part. I never expected any of this. Never thought an otter would teach me so much about love, patience, and trust, but she did. She reminded me that when an animal truly trusts you, it creates a bond deeper than words can explain. And if you're thinking of adopting or rescuing an animal, especially a wild one, please do it with your whole heart and full responsibility. Do your homework, talk to professionals, ask questions, learn everything you can. Animals like Leya, they aren't pets. They're living, feeling souls that deserve to be loved and respected for who they are. Leya changed my life. She's still out there wild, free and loved, and every time I see her again, I'm reminded how lucky I am to have crossed paths with her. If this story touched you, give it a like, share it with someone who could use a little hope today, and subscribe to the channel for more honest, heartfelt stories about the little lives that change our world in the quietest, most beautiful ways.